Yay. Hopefully this will work. Cool. So thank you all for coming to do practice today. I'm glad that you're here. I think that today is a great day to be on our mats. Today, I'm going to be teaching, hold on, I'm going to adjust my music right quick. Okay, I'm going to be teaching today a dynamic sequence. We're going to move pretty continuously. The thought there is that it becomes a moving meditation, of course. So there have been some practices where we hold poses a little longer. Today, we will cruise through poses a little bit more. But that said, if at any point you're in something that feels really good to you, feel free to stay there longer and just catch up when you're ready. We'll build a little bit of heat, and I'm hoping you can get out of your head and into your body. So we're going to get started in child's pose. Go ahead and find a comfy place to settle in. If it feels good, you can take your knees out wide, toes to touch, arms go long in front of you. If it feels better in your body, you can always bring your knees together, giving your back a little more support. Let your head rest heavy. Maybe it even touches down on the mat. And then take a big breath in through your nose. Fill up all the way. Exhale, let it go. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, filling up to capacity. Really feel your ribs expand and your belly pressing out towards your thighs. And then as you let it go, let your head get heavier and your jaw soften. Continue to breathe here on your own, finding long, even inhales and slow, steady exhales. And as you're breathing here, see what parts of your body you might be able to soften into a little more. With every exhale, let go of tension you might be holding in your hips or your belly. And allow your mind to drift inward, noticing the sensation of breath pressing your body up towards the ceiling as you breathe in, and sinking as you exhale. From this place, if there is an intention you would like to call into your practice today, I invite you to think of that thing, word, phrase, feeling. And with every breath in, invite more of that thing. With your out breath, let go of anything that might not be serving you. And take another big breath in. And a breath out. And start to walk your hands in front of you a little more actively. Press your palms or your pads of your fingers down into the ground, and then press the ground towards you, feeling a stretch through your back body, the spaces underneath your armpits. Start to walk your hands over to the right, taking a gentle side body stretch. You might stack your left hand on top of your right hand. Let your left hip squeeze back towards your heel. Breathe in. And breathe out. And start to walk your hands over to the left, just switching sides. Maybe your right hand stacks on top of your left. Squeeze your right hip back. Feel the space through your right ribs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come through center. Start to walk your hands in, pressing yourself up to a tabletop pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. On your inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart up. As you exhale, round your spine to the ceiling, press the ground away. And then keep moving like that, passing through a few rounds of cat and cow on your own. Feel free at any point to add on more creative movements, to keep your eyes closed. Just move organically using your breath to guide you, working to keep it flowing, feeling the space created with every in-breath, and letting go of what you don't need with the exhale. Take about 2 or 3 more breaths, evening out your sides, making any other movements that feel good. And when you feel ready, come back to a neutral spine. Think about elongating through your spine by pulling the crown of your head forward. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling and slide it underneath your body. Thread the needle, drop your right shoulder down. You can bring your head to the mat if that feels good. Think about breathing into the space between your shoulder blades. Full breath in and out. Gently start to press back into your left hand. Send your right arm up towards the ceiling again, and then place it back down on the mat. Switch your sides. Reach your left arm high. Big stretch. Thread it under your body. Bring your left side of your head down to the mat. Think about squeezing your hips and the base of your spine back behind you. Full breath here. Good. Press into your right hand. Send your left arm back up high. And then release both hands to the mat. Option here to take any other movement that feels good. And when you're ready, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, find your downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out your dog here if that would feel good, bending one knee and then the other. And eventually, you'll find your way to stillness. See if you can lengthen your spine here, pressing into all the knuckles of your hands. Breathe in and out. Rock forward to a high plank pose. Adjust your feet if you need to. If at any point high plank is too much, you can always drop your knees down for more support. Press the ground away. Find space between your shoulder blades. On your exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Do that twice more. High plank, roll forward. Downward facing dog, press back. One more time, high plank pose. Downward facing dog. Look towards your hands and then take tiny steps towards the front of the mat, ending in a fold. Bend your knees. Allow your hands either to rest on the ground lightly or grab opposite elbows. Just take the effort out of your arms supporting you so that your upper body can get super heavy. Feel free to add movement here. You can rock, sway. If you have your grip, switch it at some point. Then shake your head yes. Shake it no. Release your grip. Interlace your hands behind your back. Press your palms towards one another. Work your knuckles overhead, stretching through the front of your body, your chest and shoulders. Again, allow your body to stay, or your head to stay super heavy. Take one more breath here. And release your hands down to the mat. Keep the soft bend in your knees. Keep the roundness through your spine as you press into your feet. Engage your core, roll up all the way to standing. Let your head be the very last thing to come up. And shrug your shoulders up and back if that feels good. And forward and down. Good. Rest with your arms by your sides. Close down your eyes. Press your feet into the mat. Notice the grounding of all four corners. Notice how that engages the rest of your legs. Think about creating this long line of energy from your heels through the crown of your head, lifting out of your chest. On your inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, blink your eyes open. Forward fold, exhale, let it go. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold down. Again, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step your right foot behind you. Drop your right knee down and then reach your arms up overhead, finding your lunge. Right knee is down on the mat, squeeze it forward so you feel a stretch to the front of your right hip. Then take your left hand around your right wrist, reach up, side body stretch, lean over to the left. Keep squeezing your right glute here. Feel the stretch to the front right side of your body. Breathe in. Exhale. Come through center. Bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Shift your hips back for half splits. Soften through your left knee if you need a little more support here. And then flex your left toes towards your nose. Squeeze your left heel back. Take another breath in. And out. Shift forward. Low runner's lunge. Bend your left knee. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee up. Step your left foot back to a plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Take your time to arrive. Low cobra as you inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, release down. Again, pull your heart forward. Release down. This time, take your hands a little wider. They might come off of your mat. Come up to your fingertips so your elbows are at 90-ish degrees, and then lift up, going for a higher cobra this time. Drop your left shoulder down towards the middle. Look to the right. Come back through center, lift up, and then switch your sides. Drop your right shoulder towards the middle, look to the left. Come back through center, breathe in. Lower down, bring your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift up to your plank pose. Downward facing dog, press back. Send your right leg into the air. Bend your knee and stack your hip open, going for a scorpion. And then feel free to add any movement here that feels good. Circles with your hip, your knee, ankle. Re-extend your right leg. And then step your right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee down. Take as many steps as you need to find your lunge on the other side. When you arrive, reach your arms overhead if that feels okay. Think about squeezing your right hip crease back as you press your left knee forward. From here, take your right hand around your left wrist. Reach up, pull your left hand towards the right side of your mat. Keep squeezing your inner thighs towards one another for more balance and support. Breathe in and out. Come through center. Hands down to frame your right foot. Shift your hips back, half splits. Soften again through your right knee if you need that extra support. Flex your right toes towards your nose. Think about lengthening through your spine here, pulling your heart forward. Take another breath in. And out. Bend into your right knee. Tuck your left toes. Low runner's lunge. Lift your left knee out. Step your left foot forward to meet the right. Fold down. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Rise up all the way to standing. Reach up. Sweep your arms up overhead. Forward fold. Lead with your heart. Dive down. Halfway lift. Inhale. Step your left foot behind you. Keep your left foot at this time. Rise to a high crescent lunge. Arms overhead. Working to keep your right knee bent in the same direction as your longest toe. Squeeze your left hip forward so you can always bring your hands to your body here. Send signals to your brain about what's going on where you might not be able to see it. Once you feel stable, reach your arms back overhead. Think about lengthening, pulling your ribs up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Hands down to frame your right foot. Set your right foot back to meet the left. High plank pose. Option this time to lower all the way down or halfway for chaturanga, sending your elbows behind you. Cobra or upward facing dog as you breathe in. Lift your chest up. Nice. Downward facing dog, press back. Take a full breath in and out. Send your left leg into the air. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Add any movement on this side that feels good. Big circles, little circles. Re-extend your left leg out long. And then step it through for a high crescent lunge, other side. Left foot comes down, rise up. Come high on the ball of your right foot. Think about creating a long line through the front of your body. Again, you can bring your hands to your hips. Think about pulling your right hip forward as your left hip crease drags back. Once you feel supported through your legs, reach your arms up overhead. See if you can lift your heart space. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. Hands down to frame your left foot. Step your right foot forward and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise up all the way. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift. Take a traditional vinyasa. Plant your hands, step back. Option here to lower all the way or halfway for chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog is your inhale. Downward facing dog is where we will meet. Know that you can always skip that sequence if it's not serving you and just meet in down dog. Look forward and then travel feet to hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Once more like that, rise up. Exhale, fold. Halfway. Vinyasa, plant your hands, take this on your own, meet in downward facing dog. Good. Full inhale all the way. Nice job. In down dog, reconnect with your breath. Full inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Travel feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Pause here. Bend through your knees. Press down into your feet. Find your power here. Feel the energy all the way from your feet through your body, reaching towards the ceiling. Take another breath in. Strong exhale out. One more inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Vinyasa or skip it. Meet in downward facing dog. Exhale to lower. And breathe in all the way if you're lifting your chest through. And then shift your hips back. In down dog, send your left leg into the air. Yeah, we'll start on the left. Bend your knees, stack your hip. Feel free to add any more movement that you might have missed the first time around. Re-extend your left leg out long. Knee to your nose, exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, extend. Knee to your nose, step through, high crescent lunge. Plant your left foot down, rise up, take your time. Breathe in. Warrior two, spin your right heel down, bend into your left knee. Think about squeezing down into the outer edge of your right foot. Keep pressing your left hip towards the left side of your room so your knee tracks towards your little pinky toe. Breathe here, soften through your shoulders. On your inhale, flip your left palm, reverse pivot back. Side angle pose, left forearm to your thigh, send your right arm overhead, bicep by your ear. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together as if you're holding onto the mat, which for what it's worth I am, because this mat is very slippery. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, star pose on your inhale. Reach everything out long, take up so much space. Skandasana towards the back. You can keep it gentle. Just softly bend your right knee. Flex your left toes up. Good. Feel the stretch through your inner left thigh, the lift of your chest. Take another breath in. Warrior two, back to the front. Press into your right foot, bend into your left knee. Good, reverse tip back. Hands down to frame your left foot, step back, option to flow through your vinyasa if you would like to. Otherwise, just meet in downward facing dog. Good, and down dog, send your right leg into the air. Bend your knee, stack your hip again, adding anything else you may have missed or exploring something new. Re-extend out long. Knee to your nose, exhale. Inhale, extend. Knee to nose, step through, high crescent lunge. Plant your right foot, rise up, take your time. Using your core muscles here, see if you can find a little more power. Warrior two is your exhale. Spin your left heel down. Stack your shoulders over your hips again. You can always use your hands to send those signals to your brain. And then re-extend your arms out long. Breathe in. Soften your face as you exhale. Flip your right palm, reverse tip back. Side angle right forearm to your thigh, left arm overhead. See if you can take a little effort and weight out of your right arm, using your core muscles to stay lifted. Breathe in and out. Star pose, reach up, straighten through arms and legs. Skandasana to the back, gently bend your left knee any amount. Keep pressing your feet into the mat. Maybe pull up on your right kneecap here, engage your right quad. One more breath in and out. Inhale, warrior two to the front. Rebend your right knee. You can adjust your back foot if you want to. And then flip your palm, reverse, big stretch back. Hands onto the mat, chaturanga, take it back or skip it. Meet in down dog. We'll go through that sequence one more time, building a little bit of breath, or heat rather. So take your time, look towards your hands, step or hop front of your mats. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, one breath in. Forward fold. Halfway, vinyasa. Good. In your down dog, left leg goes up. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, extend. High crescent lunge, step your left foot through. Rise up, breathe in. Warrior two, open up. Reverse inhale. Side angle, exhale. Star pose, breathe in. Skandasana to the back. Stay for your inhale. Warrior two to the front. Reverse tip back. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Meet in downward facing dog. Send your right leg into the air. Knee to your nose, exhale. Inhale, extend. Step it through. High crescent, inhale to rise. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse. Side angle, exhale. Star pose, breathe in. Skandasana, bend your left knee. Stay for the breath in. Warrior two to the front. Reverse tip back. Hands down to the mat, vinyasa. Good. When you arrive in your down dog, come down to your child's pose and take a few cycles of breath here. Reset, recenter. Feel your breath. Notice if it has picked up the pace. Can you work to slow it back down in this moment? Come back to your intention if your mind wandered. And notice the sensations, the heat, the air around you, your heartbeat. Take one more breath in. Slow breath out. If you need to stay, you can stay. Otherwise, press yourself up, find your downward facing dog. In your down dog, send your right leg into the air. Just kidding, we're gonna start on the left. Send your left leg into the air. Bend your knee, stack your hip. If you would like to add on here, you're welcome to take any option that you already know. And if nothing comes to mind, you can drop your right forearm down and then see if you can come higher on the ball of your right foot, bringing your left knee more towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, if you're there, release it. Re-extend your left leg out long. Step your left foot between your hands, moving into warrior one. Spin your right heel down, press into your feet to rise up. Once more opportunity to take your hands to your body. Bring your right hip forward, maybe adjust your back foot so you feel the engagement of your right glute, your right hamstring and quad. And then reach your arms back overhead. On your exhale, goal post your arms, lift your chest. Again, reach up. Exhale, goal post. One more time, reach up. Goal post, moving into airplane arms, tip forward, reach your arms behind you. Then come to the ball of your right foot, one leg Tadasana, press into your left foot, bring your right knee in towards your chest. Flex your right foot, cross your ankle over your left thigh, and then sink your hips any amount that feels good. If this doesn't feel good at all, tree pose is another good option. If you want to fold forward, you always have the opportunity to do that as well. Wherever you are, breathe here. Really nice balance, y'all. Gently start to rise back up. Bend your right knee back into your chest and then take your right foot behind you. Bring your right hand behind you, moving into a very gentle dancer. So it's still quite early. We're not all the way open and that's okay. So just gently press your foot into your hand. Feel that connection. See if you can lift your heart space, pressing your left hip or your right hip forward rather. Then once you feel comfortable, reach your left arm up or to keep your chest facing forward. One more breath here. Without slingshotting your right foot, gently release to step back, airplane lunge. Step your right foot down, arms go behind you. Good, high crescent lunge, reach up. Bend your right knee, goal post your arms. Do that one more time, reach up. Cactus your arms, hover your right knee. Reach up, warrior two. Reverse triangle, straighten your left leg. Reach your left arm overhead. And then triangle pose, slide your left fingertips forward and down towards your shin. Reach your right arm high. If your left hand is on the ground, that's cool. If it's not, that's also cool. Press into whatever is touching the ground. So if that's just your feet, really squeeze down into your feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to soften your left knee. Reverse your warrior, tip back. Low runner's lunge, cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot. Drop your right knee down, reach your arms high, Anjaneyasana. Now this time, find your open twist. Reach your right arm forward and your left arm back. Pause here. Think about pressing your right shoulder blade forward and squeezing your left shoulder head back. Take another breath in and out. Reverse, reach your left hand towards your right leg, right arm overhead. And then bring your right hand inside of your left foot. Reach your left arm high so you're in a modified easy twist. Then keep your right knee down, straighten-ish your left leg. So you're ending up here in a half split with an added twist. Works a little bit more into the left IT band. And think about pulling your collarbones forward. One more breath in. And out. Release your left hand down. Take your half splits or full splits if you want something else. Couple of breaths here. Nice. Another breath in and out. Start to re-bend your left knee, tuck your right toes, find your low runner's lunge. Straighten through your right leg. Pyramid pose as you exhale, shorten your stance. Make both feet on the ground, so you're straightening-ish through your legs. If they're totally straight, pull up on your kneecaps, engage your quads. Allow your head and neck to relax down towards your shin. Maybe even shake it yes, shake it no, release any tension there. And then when you're ready, soften your right knee. Send your right leg into the air, standing splits. You can walk your hands a little closer to your standing leg if that would feel good or interesting to you. And then peek back at your right toes. You might flank them, spread them wide. Notice all the space between them, wiggle them. See if you can send them a little bit further. Shiva squat, bend both knees. Again, standing splits, breathe in. Shiva squat and hold. Keep your left hand down, half moon, like a big star explosion. Kick your right foot behind you, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. We're really just passing through here. We'll be back, but notice if your left toes are clenching like crazy. And then start to soften your left knee, step back, warrior two. Good, find your balance in your warrior two. Reverse chip back. What are words today? I don't know. Side angle pose, left forearm to your thigh, right arm overhead. We've been here before. This time, opportunity. If you want to go somewhere else, you can. We're here for about 4 cycles of breath. So maybe today that looks like coming up to the ball of your foot, getting deeper into your calf muscle. Maybe you reach your left arm forward. Maybe you take your right hand behind you, add the half bind. Wherever you are, commit to it for one more full breath in. And out. Good, star pose, breathe in, reach up, let it go. Skandasana to the back, we've been here before too. So this time, maybe you're going a little deeper, bending your right knee, working on the mobility of your right ankle, right hip. If you want, you can take your right hand down, reach your left arm high, add the open arms. Take another breath in. And then release hands to the mat. Press yourself into a wide-legged forward fold. Parallel your feet. Start to walk your hands underneath your body, any amount. So if you're here for a challenge today, you can soften your knees. You can press more into the balls of your feet. See if you can deepen the fold, maybe gaze underneath your body. If you want active recovery, just let your head rest heavy. Wherever you are, breathe here. One more breath in. And out. Good, start to find a halfway lift. Take your hands to your hips. Star pose, rise up. Warrior two to the front of your mat. Reverse chip back. Half moon, second time here. We'll hold it a little bit longer. Bring your left hand down, reach your right arm high. Kick the back wall with your right foot, flexing your right toes. You can stay here. If you want something different, you can bend your right knee, reach your right hand back towards your foot. Maybe it touches by really squeezing your right butt cheek or right hamstring. If you don't touch your foot to your hand today, that's okay too. Breathe here, 2 more full breath in. And out. Really strengthen through your leg. And then gently forward fold to release, let it all go. Wiggle it out. Shake your bum, shake your arms, shake your head and neck. And then find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank pose, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes, send your arms behind you. Take a gentle locust, just lift everything up off the mat. Think about reaching your fingertips towards the back wall. Squeeze your butt just a little, and then release down. Take a cheek to the mat. That feels good. Rock your heels side to side. And then we'll do a second round of locust with a little more intention this time. So bring your legs towards one another, actively squeeze them together. Think about engaging through your core before you even start to lift up. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, and then lift everything off the mat. Press your pelvis down, pressing it down so it feels like it's the only thing touching the mat. You can keep a slight tuck in your chin here so you're not straining your neck. And then really squeeze your glutes. So use your upper core to lift, lift, lift. Release other cheek to the mat. Beautiful, y'all. Rock your heels side to side. Breathe here. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press back to your child's pose. Bring your hips towards your heels. Arms reach forward. Head gets heavy. Full breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. Shift forward. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And here we go on the other side. Send your right leg into the air. Bend your knees. Stack your hip. Stay or drop your left forearm down if you tried that before. Coming high on the ball of your left foot. Maybe your left tippy toes. And then release it back. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. Step it through. Is that where we went? Yep. Right? Where did we go, guys? Yep, warrior one. There it is. Spin your left heel down. Reach your arms high. Or maybe, again, hands to your hips. Squeeze your left hip forward as you press into the outer edge of your left foot. Once you feel stable and strong through your feet, reach the arms back overhead. Breathe in. Cactus arms, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. One more time, reach up. Cactus your arms, sweep them behind you. Find airplane arms. One leg Tadasana. Slowly press into your right foot. Rise up. Beautiful control. Flex your left foot. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. Funky chair or figure four stretch here. Taking this back into your place. Breathe. Really nice. Good. Start to rise back up. One leg Tadasana, left knee bends. Take your left foot behind you, kick it towards your left glute. Left hand behind you, reaching for the inner arch of your left foot, gentle dancers. Bring your knees together first. Think about lining up your pelvis and your shoulders, and then press your foot gently into your hand. Reach your right arm overhead. Pause here. Feel the length through the front of your body. And then gently again, without slingshotting, release your hand from your foot, step your left foot behind you, airplane lunge, sweep the arms back. High crescent, breathe in, reach up. Warrior two, open up. Bend your right knee. Then reverse triangle, straighten your right leg. Triangle pose, squeeze your left hip towards your left heel, reach your right arm forward and down. Left arm overhead. Now this side might feel different. So once more, find your place and then press into whatever is touching the mat. With your exhale, channel a little bit more strength. Good. Soften your right knee. Reverse your warrior sit back. Low runner's lunge. Hands frame your right foot. Drop your left knee down. Arms go high. Anjaneyasana. Open twist, left arm forward, right arm back, pause. Think lifting through your heart space, pulling your navel in, squeezing your right shoulder back. Reverse, tip your right hand down, reach your left arm high. Bring your left hand inside of your right foot, right arm towards the ceiling, and then straighten-ish through your right leg, adding the half splits to your twist. Breathe in. Slow exhale. One more inhale. Release your right hand down. If you went into a deeper variation of splits, go for it. Otherwise, breathe here into that meaty part of your hamstring, really squeezing your right hip back. See if you can soften your face, soften your jaw and your throat. Another breath in and out. Start to bend back into your right knee. Tuck your left toes, lift your left leg up off the mat. Pyramid pose, shorten your stance. Bring your feet closer together, but keeping them still hips width apart. Allow your head and neck to soften down. Squeeze your right hip crease back. Full inhale. Exhale. Standing split, soften your right knee, send your left leg up. And peek back at your left toes, spread them nice and wide. Notice that space, maybe wiggle them, say, hey, what's up? And then see if you can squeeze your left glute. Let your head get even heavier. Another breath in. Shiva squat, bend both knees. One more time, standing splits. Shiva squat and hold. Keep your right hand down, place it more in front of your face. Half moon, send your left foot behind you, flex your toes towards the left wall, reach your left arm high. Take up a ton of space here. Warrior two, soften your right knee, land softly as you step back. Good. Reverse stretch back. Side angle right forearm to your thigh, left arm overhead. Then again, if you went somewhere else, try it on this side, maybe coming to the ball of your right foot. Maybe reaching your arms overhead or taking a bind option. Breathe here. Ooh, look at that dancer toe, Natalie. I see that. Beautiful. Good. Release your variation. Star pose. Rise up. Skandasana to the back. Bend your left knee. Flex your right foot. Taking it a little deeper again. This time, maybe your left hand comes down. Reach your right arm high. Honor where you are on this side. One more breath. Hands to the mat, wide-legged forward fold, parallel your feet. If you have an upside down option in your practice, feel more than welcome to invert, taking a headstand, handstand, or forearm stand option here. If you're unsure, you can always try supported headstand, maybe grab a wall. Bring your arms to a triangle shape, interlace your fingers, hands down, or head taps down towards your interlaced palms. Shift forward. Maybe today you only come to your tippy toes, and that's okay. Start to work your hips over your shoulders. And maybe start to lift your legs up one day. Breathing here. Good. Start to release your variation. If you went up, Randy, looks like you went up looking so good. You can stay there as long as you want. Otherwise, start to walk your hands back out under your shoulders. Send your arms out to a T shape and then rise up to your star pose all the way to standing. Take your time if you're still working on something else. Warrior two, front of your mat. Reverse stretch back. Half moon, slide forward, right hand comes down in front of your right foot. Send your left hand up high. And then stay here or bend your left knee, reach your left hand back towards your foot, your heel, whatever you can possibly reach towards today. Imagine expanding through your chest here, really pulling your heart forward, squeezing your left hip back. Breathe here. If you fall, it's okay. I'll just get right back into it. Nice. Take one more breath. And forward fold gently with control. Let it all go. Halfway lift. And fold. Cool. Wiggle your feet nice and wide. Coming into Malasana Yogi squats. Hands can come to heart center. Hopefully this feels pretty good on your hips after all that opening. Take your right hand down, reach your left arm high. Keep squeezing your outer hips here, opening through your chest. And then switch your sides. Left hand comes down, right arm goes high. Big twist open. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Come back through center. Stay here or go into crow pose if you like crow pose. Crow pose, hands to the mat, lift your hips up, wiggle your feet closer together. Shift forward, weight into your hands and the balls of your feet, knees to your triceps, anywhere that feels comfortable today. Start by really rounding through your spine here. Don't let your belly get saggy. Engage your belly button, pull it towards your spine. Shift forward more, press into all your knuckles and the pads of your fingers, and then gently pull your feet up, maybe. And then when you feel ready, good, Natalie. Nice, you can drop back out of it into Malasana Yogi Squat. Lift your hips up, wiggle your feet a little closer together, grab opposite elbows, let your head get even heavier. Let go of any tension from your upper body that you might have acquired in those last few poses. And from here, plant your hands. Step back into your plank pose, drop your knees down to tabletop, take a round of cat-cow. Then return to your tabletop, start to walk your hands out in front of you, finding puppy pose. Press your hands down, stretching through your lats here. Your head might touch down, but maybe not. Think about creating space through your hips, from your hips through your armpits. Then shift forward, lower all the way down to your belly. Take your arms out to T, or what is this shape? Cactus shape, field goal your arms. Keep your right arm down. Start to roll onto your right side just until it feels good. So you're feeling a stretch through your right pec and your right shoulder. You can bend your knees and stack them up, or you can bring your left foot behind your right leg up onto your tiptoes here and use it more as a kickstand. You can tense up on your left fingers if that feels good. And breathe into your right shoulder. And gently start to release, switching your sides. Goal post your left arm. Come up to your right fingertips, right elbow points up to the ceiling. Roll over to your left side so you're looking towards your right hand. And breathe here. Release back through center. Option here for a belly down back bend. Last big pose of our class today, if you want it. This time we're gonna bend our knees, bringing our heels towards our glutes. Reach your arms back, and then first, without really touching your feet, think about focusing on squeezing your glutes and your hamstrings. Think about, again, pressing your pelvis down to squeeze your heels up. Lift through your rib cage. Think about getting longer, pulling your shoulders and your ribs up away from your hips, and then reach your hands back. Maybe they touch your ankles or your feet, maybe not today. And if they do, you can press your feet or your ankles into your hands. Try to pull your chin back so it's in one nice long line with the rest of your spine. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Gently release it down. Let it all go. Arms flop by your sides. You can wiggle your heels or windshield wiper your feet. Good. And then you're just gonna roll over onto your back. Nothing fancy. Take your right foot, cross it outside of or over your left thigh for a figure 4 stretch. Allow your back to rest heavy on the mat. You can stay here if it feels better. You can pull both of your legs in. And if that's ever too much, you can always back out. If you're pulling both of your legs in, you can take circles with your left ankle, but keep your right ankle flexed. Notice the quality of your breath as you start to slow down. Can you allow your belly to rise naturally without trying to snuggle, squeeze it in? And as you exhale, feel the gentle pull your pelvic floor muscles engaging naturally as they were designed to. And gently start to release, switch your sides. Right foot comes down, bring your left ankle over your right thigh. Again, this side might feel different, so you can try pulling your legs in and then maybe adding those ankle circles with your right side. Let your throat relax, your jaw. Allow your shoulders to melt down, staying heavy on the mat. Maybe even soften through your left hip, bring your awareness there. And gently release both feet down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Bring your hips a few inches over to the left, and then let your knees fall over to the right for a twist. Your arms can go out wide, or you can keep your hands on your body. If you want more, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And if you want even more, press into the inner arch of your left foot. So you squeeze through your left glute, pressing your left hip forward. Take another breath in. Exhale. And pass through center. Switch out your sides. Press both feet into the mat. Shift your hips to the right. Let your knees fall over to the left. Same thing here. You can stay. You can cross left ankle over right thigh. Maybe press into the inner right arch of your foot so you feel your right hip stretch more on the front side. And then breathe here. One more big breath in. And slow breath out. And come back through center. Release your feet back to the mat. Realign your spine by pressing into your feet. And then pull your knees in for happy baby. Reach up for your feet. If you always go for the outer arch, try something else on today. Maybe big toe or the inner arch. And then you can play with straightening your legs, bending and rebending, unbending your knees. Eventually finding your way to waterfall, feet straight overhead, stacking up your ankles, your knees, and your hips. Feel your low back press down. Feel your body start to relax. Your feet become weightless. Feel all of the energy rushing from your feet back down towards your heart. If there is any pose, posture, or movement that I missed for you today, please take your time to pass through it. If you want to stay in waterfall longer, you're more than welcome to. And if you're ready for Shavasana, you can just send everything out long. You can bring your arms by your sides or place them gently on your body. And just allow yourself to settle into your space. Allow yourself to enjoy stillness. Allow yourself to enjoy rest for just a few moments. And if your mind picks back up and starts to wander off again, gently bring it back, giving yourself permission to be selfish here, to spend this time filling up your cup so that you have a little extra love to give. And if it helps, take another big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. You're welcome to focus on your breath or let your mind wander. And if you would like, I can guide you through relaxing every muscle in your body, starting with your little toe. Bring your awareness and your attention to your little toe. Relax every muscle in it. Relax every muscle in your 4 other toes on each foot and the ball of your foot. Feel your heels getting heavy. Feel your ankles releasing any tension. Notice your calves, your shins. Notice your kneecaps and the backs of your knees. Let them sink towards the floor. Let your thigh muscles get heavy. Soften them. Relax your hips. Let them melt down. Let your belly move naturally with the breath without any extra tension. Feel the ground pressing up against your back body. Notice the weight of your hands, your fingers. Let your forearms soften and get heavier. Tops of your arms, your shoulders. Relax through your collarbones and up through your throat. Release your tongue if it's against the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw go soft and your cheeks. Relax your forehead, your temples, and the space behind your ears. Let your brain rest heavy in your skull. Allow yourself to be here, to just breathe. You are more than welcome to stay here longer and continue to rest in this place of stillness for as long as you can. I will leave you here this evening, and if you need anything, you know how to find me. Otherwise, enjoy your rest. It has been an honor to guide you in this practice. Thank you so much. Go in peace. Namaste.